mic is working. Okay, we're off to a good start. I'm so excited to see all your wonderful faces here today. I hope you have the same excitement and energy because today is going to be really special and it's going to be a real treat for all of us. So, woo! Yes, let's get the energy going. I'm sure you've seen how beautiful everything is. We've got so many exciting things for you to try today and be involved with. I just want to start off by thanking the whole team. There are a lot of people who you're going to see on stage, but I also need to give a huge shout out to the whole Create and Cultivate and Aerie team who are behind the scenes and make all of this possible. Woo! Thank you. So, I will briefly just talk a little bit about what Aerie Real means and stands for and the purpose of us all being here together today. So I've been part of Aerie Real now for nearly 6 years, and it started as a campaign. It started as a brand and actually individuals who believed, why are we retouching our models? Something as simple as that. It was the spark that turned into a movement that is so much bigger than we could ever have dreamed of. So how it worked was I remember being in the UK and suddenly I saw this brand who stood up for something they believed in, which I'd never seen done before. I was someone who struggled with an eating disorder. I had body dysmorphia, and I always craved to feel accepted in an industry that I loved and I wanted to be a part of. And when I saw Aerie doing that and standing for real, I had to be involved. So I put it on my vision board. And this is all going to tie in because today we're all talking about how can we find our real power, our real purpose, and make it happen for each other. Regardless of what our dreams are or what industry we're in, we're all here together today because we want to let the real us shine. Hey! So I was someone who was caught in a battle of comparison, which I think many of us can relate to. It doesn't matter if it's about looks or a career or relationships, or now we have social media as well, which for me is the definition of comparing our whole lives. And so we have to try and unlearn those things and also protect ourselves while we're doing that, because self-love is not a destination, it is a journey. And it's certainly one that I continue to strive to do my best at every single day. And it's definitely not a perfect thing. So being part of Aerie, I remember the first ever shoot. And I remember thinking, well, I'm booked for one day, there's other models here. And for the first time, I looked at them and I was able to see, well, she's beautiful because of this and that. And wow, And then I looked at myself and I thought, but I'm beautiful too. We are different and we're meant to be different. And so when I was able to shift that mindset of comparison to instead support, championing others, and really celebrating our differences, it changed my life. And seems like such a simple concept, but it's still something that I'm working on day to day. I find that sometimes I compare my life and my career still, and I have to step back and I have to find the things that I'm grateful for and that I really, really can celebrate within myself and who I am. And sometimes they won't be the visible things, and they don't need to always be. Purpose doesn't have to be visible. Your victories don't have to be visible. We're on this journey, and I think social media is a really tricky thing to navigate because it can make it look like all those things have to be shouted out from the roof and visible, and you have to be seen to be happy, confident and doing well. One thing I always notice is I'm a lingerie model and swimwear model with Aerie, and so I'm often posting my swimwear pics. I'm like, woo, okay, here's my cellulite, okay, curves, feeling myself. But it doesn't have to be visible. Self-love doesn't have to be visible. Body confidence might be something that you're working on privately. You don't have to prove it to anyone. So we are here today, and I'm so excited that we're partnering with Create and Cultivate. I've done quite a few panels with Create and Cultivate, and Jacqueline here in the audience is just an incredible force of nature. We are bringing people together to have discussions, to have conversations that, first off, we're definitely going to learn from. Every time I do something like this, I come away like, wow, that's why, but I also want you to realize that you're fully involved too. This is a learning experience for you. If it's just one little nugget of information that you take away, it could be life-changing. I've certainly been in rooms and heard conversations that have given me new mindsets or new questions for myself that have then in turn completely changed the path that I'm going on. So I just want you to be really excited today and very open as well. Just be open to everything. Question yourself, think about what we're all talking about. None of us are perfect, we're all still in progress, but that's what's so exciting. And what Aerie meal stands for, Aerie meal. Okay, we're talking about snacks now. Aerie Real stands for is exactly that. It's really accepting your truest, realest form. I think it's one of the most radical things to do in this life is to love yourself. It's to love the real you and know what that means and know what that stands for and understand that even if it's not accepted, even if it's not what society, your family, your friends, whoever might be telling you you should be, forget the should. That word, just cancel that word out. You're not should. You're meant to be. And I think that that's so, so important because there's things constantly telling us we need to do better, we need to be better, we need to look a certain way, we need to act a certain way, especially as women in this world. We had this great question actually earlier, and it was like, is it more important to be real or to be nice? And I think that that's such a pivotal question because I remember being about 18 in this industry and someone saying to me, you'll never make it because you're too nice. And that doesn't mean I'm not meant to be kind. They meant I was too nice because I hadn't figured out where my boundaries were. I hadn't figured out what I truly stood for, that if anyone told me I couldn't, I would stand up and say, yes, I can. And I would never back down and I wouldn't give up. And those things are real because those things are your purpose. Those things are your passion. And we don't have to just be nice as women. We can be hungry. We can be passionate. We can be creative. We can be bosses. We can be everything that maybe we were told we can't. We can. And that is your real power. And we recently got together this incredible group of role models, and they're role models for so many reasons. Maybe they won gold medals at the Olympics. Maybe they created poetry that's changing people's lives. Maybe they're breaking down Hollywood stereotypes. But the number one reason that there are Aerie Real role models, because they're their real selves. And I've been around these women, and I've learned from these women, and I'm so inspired for you to be part of those conversations today, because we don't self-doubt or question who we are. We just stand strong and go for it. And even if we fail, goodness, I've fallen flat on my face numerous times. I'm still failing at things even today. But I know that if it's Iskra failing, well, she's just trying her best, and at least she's doing it. And I want you to have that courage as well and realize that having that real power is something that only you have inside you. I don't know what all of your magical gifts are, but I know you have them. And I know that when you let them shine, amazing things will happen. So today, it's a celebration of you. It's a celebration of us collectively. So absorb these conversations, absorb these words of wisdom. They're not perfect, but hopefully they will spark something in you and inspire you to realize that you can do absolutely anything. So I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to get to know you all more and see you around the activation, maybe take some selfies, whatever you need to do. But thank you. Thank you for giving us this time today. It's really special, and I hope it means as much to you as it does to me being here. So I love you all. Thank you, and enjoy today.